You only sent 50 cents? My dad bellowed across the dinner table, like I was a beggar unworthy of the family name. Plates clinked. Silence fell. Forks hovered in midair. I clenched my jaw, swallowed the heat behind my eyes. "Sienna sends $4,000 a month!" he thundered. I said it quietly, voice flat but firm. That was me. He didn't even blink. But Mom did. Her voice snapped across the room like a whip. "Stop stealing her credit!" That was the moment something inside me died. Something else, colder, quieter, woke up. I stopped the payments the next morning. By the end of the month, the truth came knocking, and it didn't come quietly. We used to be close, my parents, Sienna, and me. Sunday dinners, movie nights, matching pajamas on New Year's Eve. Sienna was the golden child, beautiful, charming, everything I wasn't loud enough to be. But I didn't mind. I loved her like a limb. I protected her even when she didn't know it, covered her debts, paid off her silent addictions. I even sent money to Mom and Dad under her name to keep their illusion alive, a $4,000 a month illusion. I didn't want the credit, I just wanted the peace. But peace has a price, and mine came with betrayal. It started small. Sienna missing calls, sending one-word replies. Mom becoming colder, distant, her smiles hollow. Dad, always judgmental, grew crueler, like he'd been waiting for a reason to hate me. The final crack came on my birthday. They forgot. Not a call, not a text. But Sienna posted an Instagram story that night. Steak, wine, and a cryptic caption. Sometimes you gotta protect your peace, even if it means cutting blood. I stared at it for a long time. I didn't confront her. I watched. Grief twisted into strategy. I had given them everything, quietly. Now I would take everything, louder in silence. Step 1. Cut the payments. No $4,000 this time. Step 2. Wait. By the third week of the month, Dad called. Not to check in, to demand. "We didn't get anything from Sienna this month. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?" I didn't answer. I let the silence speak. Click. Then the unraveling began. I hired a private investigator. Nothing fancy, just someone who knew how to dig. Turns out, Sienna hadn't been earning much for years. Laid off, lying, living off the money I sent. Not saving, not investing, just spending. Clothes, parties, flights to Bali. I cross-checked the bank transfers. Every payment I made in her name to Mom and Dad, I documented. Every message, every receipt. I even found her text to a friend. "Lol, they still think I'm sending the money. He's too soft to say anything." I wasn't soft. I was just waiting. The confrontation had to be perfect, public, undeniable. Dad's 60th birthday dinner, private room at a fancy steakhouse, candlelight, family, his old colleagues, everyone he wanted to impress. I dressed well, black suit, no tie, calm face. I brought envelopes, thick, crisp, and lethal. Dinner was served, wine poured, speeches were made. Then he raised his glass and said, "And to my daughter Sienna, who's been our rock, always providing, always caring." Applause. I stood, calmly. "I have a toast too." They all turned to me. Sienna smiled, a little too tight. I placed 3 envelopes on the table. "This one," I said, tapping the first, "is every bank receipt of the payments I made, under her name." I pointed at Sienna. "Every month, for 3 years." Gasps. I tapped the second. "This is a report from a PI. Sienna hasn't had a job since she got fired from that marketing firm 2 years ago. The only money she's been sending is mine." Silence. I tapped the third. "This one's my favorite. Screenshots, messages, her laughing behind your backs, mocking your trust, taking my money while blaming me. Dad looked like someone had shot him in the chest. Mom whispered, "Is this true?" Sienna stood, knocking her wine glass over. "He's lying! He's obsessed! He's always been jealous of me!" I didn't even look at her. I turned to the others. "You think I care about the money? No, I cared about the lie. I let it go for years because I thought keeping peace mattered more than truth. But respect doesn't grow from lies." Dad finally spoke. Why? Why would you do all this?" I stared at him, and for once, he listened. "Because when I said that was me, you didn't even look at me." I left before dessert. I heard Sienna moved out a week later. Cut off. No more money, no more pity. Mom texted a long apology. I never replied. Dad called once. Just once. I didn't answer. They lost their golden child, but they never realized they had buried the one who was holding everything together, until I let it all fall apart. Sometimes silence is a gift, but sometimes it's a weapon. And when you learn how to use it, you don't need to shout. You just need to stop paying.